How the heck are you, everybody? I'm Fastidious. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to the first of two Should You Summons this week. Should You Summon is a video I do the night before whatever banner is coming that week in Watcher of Realms, where I answer the question, should you summon? The most anticipated banner ever is here right now, or rather, it's coming tomorrow. It's coming in less than 12 hours, less than half a day, and that is going to be the Arrogance and Lust 10x Invocation of Oath. That is also a exclusive, limited, guaranteed banner where you are guaranteed to get Lust at summon number 250. So, as always, I will break the question down and answer it for all spending groups, all progression types into the game. So, spending groups meaning are you early game? Excuse me, progression groups. Let me talk about the money first. Spending groups meaning are you free to play, low spend, mid spend, dolphin, or whale? And game progression. Are you early game, mid game, late game, or end game? The answer for all you guys is yes. You should summon on this banner. I literally can't think of one situation where you shouldn't summon on this banner. Even if you have 5 summons, you should summon on this banner. And the way we're going to actually break that down is with something pretty unique. So if you haven't caught on yet, we've got people here in the chat. I'm doing it live for the first time ever. We're doing a live Should You Summon. And what's going on here? Are we live? No, I need to check. Confirm in the chat that we're live, people. I don't see the ticking thing going. There we go. Now it just updated. We're live. Okay, great. Sorry to interrupt for anyone watching in the future. Slight delay there. Yes, we are live. So I want to try to be a little more animated like it's an actual video because it will be published as all my VODs are on YouTube. But we're going to tackle this in a slightly different way. So I'm going to break down the heroes for you. And you guys, whether you like me or not, if you're choosing to watch this video, hopefully you respect my opinion a bit. Do what you will with the information I'm going to give you. But in my humble opinion, this is a can't miss banner for every single account in the game. All the way from Johnny up the street, who just started an account 2 hours ago, to Deegs, or the top guys in Mad, or to Ray, or to me, to endgame people. There's, not to lump myself in with those guys, but you know what I'm saying? Everyone should summon on this banner, and there's not too much to say about it. So let me break down the kits here. Let's talk about it. And then the fun live thing is we're going to do a Q&A element. So I have my Discord. I will show it right now. If you guys like this, let me know in the comments. We can do more of it in the future. I certainly don't think I'll do this every week for the banners, but this is a special time. So let me actually show y'all. I'll put on display capture mode here. You can see this is my Discord, and I made a special chat live. Should you summon February the 13th? That's what it is right now. And people are giving me I wanted specifics, so people are giving me, hey, currently at 380 summons, so on and so on. I'm on gear 3, da-da-da. Should I go for this? Should I go for that? Because there's a lot to consider. So I thought maybe like an advice column-y kind of thing, specific, bespoke advice for individual viewers might help a lot of people out. Because, between this banner and then obviously on Friday, we have the Silas and Virna 10X, which I would say is probably the 3rd best banner we've ever had. I'd say probably I think this Lust Arrogance is the best banner we've ever had. I would say that the Cetrum Boreas 2X by 10X, granted Aurum was there, but, that probably was the 2nd best banner we ever had. And I think it's just a Silas Virna straight up 10X. Granted, it's the 2nd time they've done Silas Virna, but it's the first time they've done it since everyone truly knew Silas's full potential, especially with his bond skill with Virna. So pretty juicy stuff, y'all. We'll go through all of that. I put the link in the description. People can scroll up in the chat if you want to go to Discord, and I will try to answer all the questions. Depending on what you guys give me in terms of how in-depth the information you give me is about your situation, the better advice I can give. But yeah, maybe I think it will resonate with some people with some specifics. I will also say, before we get into it, this specific banner obviously is a limited banner. It's an exclusive banner that's very specific, right? I'm going to put a link in the chat right now. This will also be linked in the description of the video. This is a video I just made that's just an FAQ on how these exclusive limited banners work, because it is kind of a unique, special thing. There you have it, guys. Let's get into the kits, and then we'll get into the questions. Certainly not too late to submit your questions. You can also let me know in chat, but if you want me to properly address your situation, the best way is to go to Discord and do what some of these guys did with sharing screenshots and sharing several sentences worth of information about your account. Because if you want proper advice, I need complete information, right? Or as much as you can give to me. So, guys, let's talk about Lust and Arrogance. Arrogance, I guess we'll start with him. Most of you probably know Arrogance. He was the first big banner of a new hero when I started playing the game. He was actually the first like S tier or S plus tier legendary I ever got. I think he was the fourth legendary I ever got. He's worth all the hype. He's a top 10 unit decidedly in the game. He'll probably have a claim for top 5 once people get Lust as well and get this bonded skill. We'll break that all down very shortly. He is like a jack of all trades and a master of a lot of those trades. He's just really, or maybe not, he's just really good at everything. He's probably the most versatile unit in the game. He can shine in almost all content. He's just fantastic. Not much more to say. And yeah, he was the first like big new hero they ever added to the game. I believe they added him mid-August. There was a banner with him and Razak that actually ran concurrently with the first ever global limited exclusive banner. That was the one for Captain Reeve. Those were separate banners. So they did a similar thing where they kind of divided your attention. They had a Reeve banner, which is pretty sweet. Reeve was the only legendary on that banner. And then concurrently, they had a 10x the same way this weekend. We're going to have a concurrent banner with Silas and Fierna. But this one obviously is Arrogance and Lust with the guarantee on Lust, which is insane. We'll talk about her very shortly. And then we have the 10x on Silas and Virna. Sean in the chat is saying, where does Arrogance shine in the game? Answer, yes. He really is good at like everything. He's like amazing in arena. He's amazing in tons of gear raids. He can use him in all 3 gear raids, actually. I don't know if there's many other heroes in the game you could say that about. Maybe Hotsit, Boreas. There aren't many heroes you can use in like all 21 gear raids if you wanted to. Arrogance is one of those guys. Ronan in the chat is saying, I have one question. Does getting Lust at 250 counter reset your pity? Yes, it does. And I just put out a video and I just linked it in the description if you go up 4 messages. And so did Vicer. Vicer shared the same link. Guys, I answer every question you have about how these things work, so go check it out. Capper in the chat saying he needs Arrogance. Yes, you do. This is one of the ultimate daddies in the game, too, so you're not going to want to miss out on him. His kit seems more confusing than it is, all right? So he does everything, right? He does a little bit AoE, he does a little bit of single target, he hits aerial, he hits ground, he's got some damage over time with burning. All you need to know is he's got these like 2 stances, the demon bow, the demon blades. Depends whether he's in berserker mode, or what do they call it? Berserker stance or normal stance. So I'll break down all these skills. We'll probably do basic, ultimate, then we'll do the talent, then we'll do the passives. And of course, a beautiful natural transition. We'll do the bond skill with Lust. We'll cover the awakenings, and then we'll go on to the main event. You know, the realms, the 2 new realms that are entering the game tomorrow. Lust, right? So let's go here. His basic attack attacks 1 enemy with 1 tile. Within 1 tile with the demon blades, dealing 100% damage, deals single target damage to enemies further away or airborne units with the demon bow. So enemies that are further away, he's going to do a normal single target attack. However, if they're airborne, he can hit them. He does normal type damage, so just physical damage. He's a fighter. He's got that classic, I kind of think of it as Arrogance range. It's the same range as like Absin, Aracha, Claw, Zealatu. So it looks silly here, but if you always click on max level, guys, and you'll see it's like the 3 tiles in front of him, left and right, and then an extra 3 total in front of him. So beyond the 3 wide in front of him, there's 2 more in front. Amazing. Pretty high base attack. He's got very strong multipliers at 5,200. A really nice attack interval. So I think every other example I can think of in the game that kind of has this setup as like a ranged fighter with this Arrogance Zealatu Aracha range has a 2.6 second interval. Chat, you can let me know if I'm wrong. 2.4 second, fire, man. He's so fast, and he's a nightmare unit, so it synergizes really, really well. Let's go to the ultimate now. The hero enters Berserker stance, dealing 260% damage with each attack launched and increasing basic attack range. When attacking any distant target, the hero's weapon transforms into a demon boomerang. This is where the juice comes from. So when he's in the Berserker stance and the target is like more than 1 tile away, he starts doing his boomerangs. I told you guys, he's got his blades, he's got his bow, he's got his boomerangs, the 3 Bs, right? Lust has the 3 Ds, he's got the 3 Bs. The boomerang deals AoE damage equal to 20% of the damage taken by the main target to their nearby enemies. You can think of it kind of as splash damage. So he still hits a main target, but then there's a little bit of AoE that goes around. It's 1/5 of what the main target's taking. However, additionally, it inflicts burning on all enemies, and that burning, super unique, a 7-second burning, the longest base burning in the game. One bummer is he cannot boomerang the guild boss. I don't know why, but because of that, he can't place burning on the guild boss. If he could place burning on the guild boss, he would be such a god. He's already amazing in the Guild Boss, but it'd be so good. You can see it's super low cost because you can scale this up, and it's only 750. The guy's lightning quick with that 2.4 second base interval. And of course, if you're running him in a Nightmare team, he's just so good. He's doing these little AoEs with the splash damage. He's doing burning. He can hit aerials. He's so nice. Let's go to the talent now. Demon Bow. So if someone's more than one tile away, this is why honestly, I feel like it was a bug that he can't place burning on the guild boss, but then they realized he would be kind of extra cracked if he could, so they just don't allow it. However, if you look here, if anyone's more than one tile away, right, further away, or maybe, I don't know, it says within one tile. I guess explicitly it doesn't define further away as more than one tile. It strongly seems to imply that. He should be using his bow, so that means all his attacks should be landing burning, which they are not. But that'd be huge for the guild boss. Demon Blades, so this is when they're one tile away. Or within one tile, and normal stance, 30% chance to increase hero's attack speed by 40, stacks up to 3 times for 10 seconds. So you can keep like 100% uptime on that as long as there's someone within a tile that he can wail against, or maybe you lose the uptime if you kill them too fast, which could be a problem with Arrogance. This guy was the MVP of my account. I can't overstate it enough. He was like the first great legendary I ever got, and he was in every piece of content until fairly recently. I used him absolutely everywhere. For every one enemy killed, this is Infernal Feast, his first passive. While in the Berserker stance, that's what he enters during his Hellfire ultimate. Receives 1 attack speed bonus stack from the talent. When the stance ends, deals 80% AoE damage to up to 10 adjacent enemies 2 times. So it's okay. You can see the damage multiplier can increase. It's just adding even more fuel to the fire that is his badass kit, because he's really good. Second passive now, Devil's Dance. You guys saw the Lust cinematic. You know what kind of dance they like to do. Demon Bow and the Demon Boomerang, 15% chance to attack 2 targets. So you have a 15% chance for this to just be a multi-target hitter, I should say, to 2 people, which is really nice, particularly in like Nightmare faction trials where you need to hit those 2 guys that start camping. I'm thinking of 10, 11, 12, the 2 guys that already start camping out with the countdown kind of in the middle. If you've played it, you know what I'm talking about. So the chance to attack 2 targets, you can see it's going to go up another 10%, so it goes to a 1 in 4% chance, and then you also have a chance to land double strikes. That's going to go up another 10% to 25. So if you skill this up, if you get Arrogance, you're going to max skill him. I couldn't recommend it enough. You'll have a 1 in 4 chance, a 25% chance to hit 2 targets whenever he's using anything but his blade, so if he's using his bow or his boomerang, and you have got a 1 in 4 chance, a 25% chance for all of those to be 2-hit combos. Finally, this Bond, man. Arrogance, 5,200. I think it's 5,248. Am I remembering that right? I have a pretty good memory for these things. Yeah, 5,248 attack, really juiced up, and it's going to only go up in a crazy way. So during his ult, which is where all his big boy damage comes from, worth mentioning, by the way, his ult is an auto. When that triggers, and you're going to have crazy high uptime on it if you're running him with a Lust, and certainly if you're running him with a Lust and in a Nightmare comp with a Wrath or a Torador. Whenever he's ulting, he's increasing his attack by 15% during that ultimate. Whenever he's ulting during the ultimate, that's redundant, but hey, we're filming live, baby. So whenever you want him doing his big boy damage, he will have a 15% attack boost. Everyone knows attack is king in this game, and this is a post-deployment boost. So if you build 20,000 attack on your Arrogance, when this triggers, he's getting another, right? He's getting another 15% based off of that 20,000 that starts hitting during the ultimate. So it's really going to be 23,000 attack, right? It's super strong. I've tested him a decent bit now on test server using the Lust Bond. It's badass. Some really good stuff. He's got some of the better awakenings in the game, so another reason you might want to go balls to the wall on this banner. His A1, when he's in that Berserker stance, every single basic attack, regardless of damage dealt, 5% HP, so he just doesn't need healing anymore. As long as he's fast enough and has some rage regen coming one way or another that he can cycle those ults, it's really hard to kill him. Every single basic attack, and you'll have those triggering, especially in the Nightmare comp, nearly every second, just about every 1 to 1.1 seconds. He's just getting 5% of his HP back. I'll show you again. He's got a pretty solid HP pool. It's not crazy, but it's not like some of the bad ones we see that are like in the 16,000s. It's enough. Man, it is enough. If we go to the A2 here, who doesn't want a little crit damage? This is the same Awaken 2 as like Sela 2. If we go to A3, 15% extra damage to targets with Burning. He obviously puts out Burning. If you're running him in Guild Boss, you're probably running him with like a Wrath or Abomination or someone that can put out Burning. But now with the entrance of Lust and some of her Awakenings, some other cool stuff going, he's probably going to always have burning on a lot of the targets he's hitting. So just another 1.15x multiplier, 15% extra damage on everything he does if they're under burn. Rage Regen attack, so when he does his attack, you'll get 2 more points of cost towards his ultimate, developing his rage. That is so good. And then if we go to the A5, Arrogance is a different. He's already built different, but he's built extra different at Awaken level 5. Arrogance at A5 is a new hero, man. When entering Berserker stance, immediately receives the maximum attack speed talent bonus. To recap, he just immediately gets 120 more attack speed. That's going to be at least 0.2 seconds off. I guess in a lightning fast build, it could be 0.1, but at that point, you're so fast, it's crazy. It's huge, 120, right? Essentially, you get 100% extra damage on everything you do every 200 attack speed. That's how we have found the formula to work. So you're getting 60% of the way there already. And then the first 5 attacks deal 100% extra damage. And that 100% extra damage is like a Silas kind of thing. So it's not like if it's dealing 300%, now it deals 400%. No, essentially, it's like twice. So it's like a 2x on everything. This is so flipping cracked, man. Capper's trolling me right now, saying he's paired perfectly with Anai with all those burns. Anai doesn't even have good burn uptime, honestly. Like you have to the way to cycle her ultimate is not strong enough that like she could, like you'd rather just run a Wrath and like a high attack speed Rage Regen build and get burns from his ultimate, honestly. There you go. This is insane to get him A5. Many people will be getting him A5. The people that are going ballistic or get really lucky will get him A5 between tomorrow, Wednesday, and certainly Sunday, the 18th. Just crazy. That's Arrogance. If you thought he was good, though, it's Lust time. I've seen a lot of people say, is she even going to be that good? I read a comment today, and I don't know who it was, so I guess I'm kind of calling you out, but I don't know who said it, so I'm not going to use your name, obviously. Someone was like, I don't even know if she's going to be that worth it. I'm not excited for Silas or Virna or Lust or Arrogance. People told me Lasir was going to be a god. First off, I don't know who told you that. I will say there was some kind of random silliness going around in the content creator community when Hex and Lasir entered the game on a 10x banner, and people were saying they were more excited for Lasir. Go back, check the records. I never said that. I said Lasir's cool. He's going to help people GR1, but people should be getting pumped for Hex. And look where we are now. February 2024, in the year of our Lord, and Ray on Forerunner has put up over 350 million damage with his Hex against the guild boss Nightmare 4. So who was right? I was right. And take my word for this. She is worth all the hype. Not only can you see her entire ass and her entire titties, she is a cracked out kit. Her by herself, amazing DPS, amazing stuff, right? Her with the bond skills she gives Arrogance helps one of the best heroes in the game become even better. But also, her as like a utility person just loading up rage to all of her Nightmare units, she is beyond cracked. Every way you can look at her, she is amazing. Like, everyone should pull on this banner. She's exclusive. The second this banner ends, she is gone from the game. Unless you already got her, she will be gone from your game until the banner comes back. Reeve was in mid-August, right? So we are coming up right now on the 6-month anniversary of Reeve. Where the heck is Reeve? He is not back. It's been half a year. Reeve is a great, amazing hero who I'm dying to get. He is not on the level of Lust, okay? So if they're waiting half a year minimum, like even if Reeve comes next week, it will have been more than 6 months since we got Reeve, right? I believe Reeve came on the 18th of August, 17th or 18th. I'm trying to rack my brain. So that even if next weekend is Reeve, which it won't be, they're not going to do back-to-back limited. It probably will be in a month or two, if it even is him. It still will have been over half a year. It looks like it's going to be 7 months or 8 months or 9 months. So if you don't get Lust now, good flipping luck, my guys. Like, you might not get her for another year. And the hype is real. Like, go check out my videos. Go check out anyone's videos, any testing. I'll have more stuff. She is so good. J-Watch is saying, will she ever be added to the hero pool? Almost certainly no. She'll only come around whenever her exclusive banners come around. That's what I'm telling you guys. You can go watch my videos where I break down how exclusive heroes work. Maybe Viceroy, you can link that in the chat. It's literally as simple as that. Lust is here right now, and she will be gone until she comes back. But you're not going to have a time where you can just go hang out and be like, ooh, I'm summoning this weekend. It's a 2x on Legendaries. We've got a crazy summoning event or whatever they call it. Let me just hop over here and pull Lust. She will never be here. unless something drastically changes a year from now or something. In no foreseeable future will she ever be here. You won't be finding Gwendolyn here or Captain Reeve here or Falcia here because they are also exclusive heroes. You do not have a goddamn shot to get her until her banner comes back. So just whether you have 5 summons or 5,000 summons, get her now or at least try. If you have 5 summons, that's where your 5 summons should be going. I sincerely believe that. Let's talk about her kit. We'll do basic, ultimate, talent, then we'll do the stuff, and then holy crap, her bond skill, and holy crap, I'll just show you her. Let's just read her A5. A lot of you guys, if you've missed my other content or other creators' content or haven't gone through in the game by yourself to read your kit, might not know what her multi-hits and her lashes are. Let's read it now as a little appetizer, and then once it finally clicks, you'll just see how crazy this is. During the ultimate, basic attack now lands 6 lashes in a row instead. Internalize that. All right, the basic attack randomly attacks enemies in range 2 times, each dealing 80% damage with a 15% chance to attack allies instead. So it's a double hitter, and basically you have a 85% chance that it's going to hit an enemy, 15% chance that it's going to hit an ally. It's got pretty big damage. It's a double hitter with 100% damage when you skill it up, so it's 200% damage essentially to random enemies, but if there's only one enemy, so it's a basically, like, if it's not hitting an ally with that 15% chance, you are guaranteed 200% chance on, like, the guild boss, if there's only one enemy. And you might be thinking, oh my God, she's like S&M kind of crazy queen over here. She's going to hurt my allies. It cannot exceed 5% of their current HP. So that's not of their HP, max HP, right? So let's use easy numbers. Let's say you built your Wrath with 30,000 HP, right? It's not going to be every time he gets hit that it is, oh my God, why did I say that was going to be easy math? It's not going to be every time that he gets hit that's going to be 1,500 HP lost, right? No, it will be 5% of where he's at. So if he's only at 10,000 HP remaining, he'll only lose 500. It's super manageable. From all my testing, there's no situation where she's killing her own enemies. Honestly, all it does is it just adds to like her little kinky sexiness. She's whipping everyone around. I mean, they're not holding anything back with this hero. Let's be honest. It's a crazy basic attack already. Let's go to the ultimate. During the ultimate, it deals 20% more damage, and each basic attack now lands 4 lashes in a row, lasting for 15 seconds. So instead of being 2 lashes, it's now 4, and now it's kind of clicking. Holy crap, are you saying during the ultimate, instead of 4, it's 6? She's doing 50% more hits, essentially 50% more damage on everything? That is what I'm saying. It's insane. Her ultimate, now all her damage will just have a 1.4x multiplier. When you do this, it lasts 20 seconds, which is super long because it's only 800 costs. As you'll see, she cycles insanely quick. She's got that traditional attack interval, but you'll see she's got rage regen in her kit. I believe she's the first like DPS in the game to have like a support skill that gives rage regen to everybody. She also, shout out to Sean. She's saying she's got that Dolores Sadie range. She does. It's pretty wacky. So she's ranged in a super unique way. Everything about this hero is so cool. Let's go to the talent. For every 2 ultimates activated by faction allies of the Nightmare Council, the hero will trigger Sinful Lash 1 time. So anytime any Nightmare faction unit uses her ult, including Lust, that counts towards the tally. And whenever you reach the tally of 2 ultimates done, she does Sinful Lash. And Sinful Lash is crazy. 400% damage to an enemy in range. And this is always going to hit an enemy. 400% damage with her crazy kit. She is just too good. Let's go. Every time Sinful Lash is triggered, increases attack speed by 30, stacking up to 3 times. So you have a nice, speedy old Nightmare team. Basically, you can have Sinful Lash triggering at a pretty quick rate as long as people are ulting pretty quickly, which she is going to help with. You can get, and when leveled up, it's 40. You can get up to 3 stacks of 40 attack speed bonus, so 120. Similar to Arrogance, actually. Lightning quick. Super, super fun. And now this is where she goes from like already amazing to this is why I think she's going to be a top 5 hero in the game, especially if you pair her with Arrogance. 20% damage increase upon dealing damage to allies with basic attacks. So this little annoying thing that happens the 15% of the time she hits her allies, which as I said, always is 5% of target's current HP, barely even hurts them. It's kind of just like a sexy tickle. That's how you can think of it. Whenever that happens, it's actually a good thing. You want her hitting her own allies. I guess as long as you don't hit that 15% chance, actually 100% of the time. If you're hitting it the 15% of the time, you're going to get a 4-second uptime, and it eventually goes up to 5 seconds, where she's getting 20%, and it goes up to 30% increased damage on everything, right? So as long as she whips her allies into shape once in a while, she gets all excited by her little sexy whip. Now she's doing 30% more damage, 1.3x multiplier. The Nightmare Council, there is a 40% chance to restore 10% rage for the target, right? So if she hits a target, if she targets an ally, right? So with her basic, if she chooses not to hit an enemy and she hits an ally, she is going to restore 10% rage, and this does go up to, where is it? Oh, the amount doesn't go up, but the chance can go up to 60%. Every time she whips an ally, she's like invigorating them with her sexy whip, and now they're going to get 10% of their rage cap back. So whether their rage cap is like a Wrath, which I believe is 300, or it's like Arrogance, which I believe is 850, I want to say. It's 10% of that. So it'd be 85 or it'd be 30 for those two inversely. It's just so good. Now the bond skill, if it wasn't good enough for you, once you have Arrogance to unlock the Falling bonus deck, during the ultimate, 20% extra damage, 1.2x multiplier, all damage now inflicts burning. It's a juiced up burning. It's just too good. She synergizes perfectly with Arrogance. She's just amazing. Like, what else is there to say? Let's go to the Awakenings. She now has defense reduction, and a lot of people are going to get her A1, right? You're guaranteed her by summon number 250. Then you can keep summoning. If you're like me, I've got 2 Soul Stones. I've never used a Legendary Soul Stone. If I don't pull an extra copy, I will put one on her, because now just all of her Sinful Ashes, whenever those get triggered, right? Whenever she gets those beautiful Sinful Ashes, every 2 times her or other Nightmare faction allies trigger their ults, all of a sudden you're getting defense reduction, and it's a juicy one, 20% on whatever target she hits with the Sinful Ash. It's too good. The A2, 300% attack, say no more. I frickin' want it. A3, upon reaching full ecstasy, that is her passive over here where she's getting attack speed from her Sinful Ashes. Now it's just an extra 20% attack speed. And if I'm reading this correctly, from my testing, I think I have a good grasp on it. There's no time on this. It's not like you have the time with these other things. These just stack, and then you got it now. So once you get 3 triggers of the Sinful Lash, you are going to get the 120 attack speed. And now, oh, by the way, just another 1.2x multiplier on top of that. Give it 20% more attack speed. So she's really lightning quick. She's whipping, which means she's putting out more damage, which means she's more frequently, just because of quantity, she's hitting her own allies, which means she's whipping her allies into shape, giving them rage, which means she's whipping her allies into shape, getting her excited, meaning more damage. It's the coolest kid in the game. It might be the coolest kid in the game. She's just so good. A4, penetration, aptly named. I mean, penetration, come on. We're all holding our loads for a reason. And now A5, during the ultimate, basic attack lands 6 lashes in a row. Instead, 6 more opportunities to whip her friends, whip her nightmare allies, whip all the little simps that gather around her. What else is there to say, guys? We're holding the load for a reason. It drives me insane that some people think every single content creator that has tested her is wrong and she's not a game-changing unit. She is a game-changing unit. Come back to this video. If you're in the future and you watch this video, and you probably were already planning on pulling for her, but it'd be really fun if this convinced you to. It's crazy if you wouldn't pull on her. Honestly, this is the most no-brainer banner we have ever had. Come back in a week and tell me how much she improved your guild boss score. She's going to be good everywhere, but tell me how much she improved your guild boss score. She is going to take a bunch of people from like 33k to 50k plus in guild boss. I am telling you, it is crazy. The A5 is crazy, guys. The A1 is crazy. Rip, rip, rip. Silas and Vienna, honestly, in my mind, of course, there's little specifics, and we're about to enter the Q&A portion. There are little specifics with Silas and Vienna where it's like, if you're like mid-game or like maybe early late game, Silas probably could be the slightly bigger game changer. But remember, Silas is part of the hero pool. Lust is not. She is still that powerful. As far as I see it, in 95% of circumstances, the Silas Vienna banner is only there to help you manipulate pity, like the trick I outlined in my first video today. Maybe a mod can link that in the chat. Kind of only there. Yeah, War Guides is here right now in the chat and saying how freaking powerful she is. She is so powerful. And with these awakenings, she's just cracked out. But that I just only see the Silas Vienna thing there as a vehicle, so you can just benefit from the fact that it's a guaranteed banner with a 250 guarantee if you don't hit early, and you can kind of manipulate to get a free bonus legendary. Then you should just rip everything you have. I will do all my summons on her. I'd say the only way, if I got her A1 and it took me a really long time, maybe I'd switch to Silas. Maybe. Probably I won't. Because then I'd say like I only need one more, and then I put a Soulstone in her, and then she's A3. And then next time she comes back, or when I get more Soulstones, eventually she's A5. A lot of people that have been saving Soulstones, and especially the big spenders, the Whales and the Krakens, are going to come out of this with an A5 Lust, and it's going to be GG for a lot of us. She is correct. All right, let's go. Let's do some questions. I'll catch up on chat really quickly. That was the main portion of the should you summon. Oh, let me do it. So early game, yes. Mid game, yes. Late game, yes. End game, yes. Free to play, yes. Low spender, yes. Mid spender, yes. Let's say Dolphin, yes. Whale, yes. Kraken, yes. Everybody, yes. Okay. Let's do some specifics. Let me catch up a chat. Whipping is a good thing. Indeed it is. Chains and whips excite her. People are saying Shamir is even better. Can't argue with that. Yeah, remember to like the stream, y'all. We got 256 people watching and only 70 likes. I know we can do better. Yeah, shout out to War Guides. Go check him out. Shout out to Mark. I did not hit her. I did not. But Lust did hurt her, actually. All right, let's get into the questions and let's do this thing. We'll start at the top. Guys, it's not too late to submit your questions. I'll put the link in the chat. I will say, unfortunately, if you missed the live, I might answer a couple comments, but I'm like super busy right now. So part of the reason I'm doing this is so I don't have to go through all the people asking for specific advice in the comments. There's the link in the chat, guys, if you want to go to Discord. The only way I'm going to do it is if you formally submit your questions in this channel. Let's get into it. All right, let's pop this bad boy open and let's see. So I'll zoom in a bit for people. I like to keep it zoomed out normally. Sean says, thanks for answering questions. Yeah, I figured it could be a fun way. And I figure a lot of, like, if we have enough people that are asking questions, and you can see we've had like, what, 10 or 20 questions already, they're probably going to, even people that don't ask might be in a similar situation to some of these questions. So Malkui says, what's the best method to get Arrogance, Lust, and Virna if you have around 550 summons? Get lucky. Now, I'll be more specific than that. I guess I can also take a moment to pull up the banner rates because I'll be honest, guys. If I ever come off like a jerk, I don't mean to, but it's like I know not everyone can consume every piece of content I put out. However, people ask me questions that it's like one YouTube search or one Google search away from finding where I already answered the question. Because I will just say a lot of people are asking for the rates on the Lust Arrogance banner, which I explicitly shared a week and a half ago with I had Destined on the channel and we did this. So you can go check that kind of stuff out yourself. But I figure this can be a nice way because a lot of people are asking. So I can already just pull it up since I did already make the thing with Seamus. Here you guys go. These are going to be the rates. Let me flip myself really quickly. And this can help answer Malkui's question a bit. Good luck. It's basically all I can say. So the rates on the Lust Arrogance banner are nearly identical to the rates on the Silas Virna banner. The Silas Virna rates are 18.03% for each of them. Lust Arrogance are slightly higher at what is this? 0.53% higher, so just over half percentage higher for each. You can see you have just over a 37% chance on any legendary pulled to get either, and just about an 18.5% chance on any legendary pulled to get each, right? So whether you're looking for Arrogance or Lust. So the guy who wanted Lust, Arrogance, and Virna with 500 pulls, I think that's what he said, 550. Well, you're absolutely beyond guaranteed to get Lust. You will get your Lust, right? Your best chance to get Virna would be, you can see the video I put out this morning about how to manipulate the pity. But basically, you'll pull on Lust, evaluate it like 180. If you haven't pulled a legendary yet, then that means, and if you're out of fresh pity, that's a perfect time to switch over to the Silas Virna banner, hit a legendary there. Then with 550, you could push higher and higher. And if you made it with no Lust still into like 240 or so, then you could go back to Silas and Virna, push it one more time, because you'll have built up some pity from the last one, and then you push from, what was the example I used? 180 to 240, so you'll be 60 deeper. So in the next 140 to 160, you would get one more bite at the apple if the first one didn't get you your Virna, and then you would get Lust, right? So hopefully you come out of that. You'll have two shots, which I think would give you about a 30% chance to have gotten Virna. Maybe it's like 28 or 30. I did the math in the video I put out yesterday. You guys can go check that out. And let me count it out. So I said 180, and then let's say you hit full pity, so that's 380. Then you go back, you do 60, and let's say this time you just had to do 100. That feels like you're probably not going to full pity twice. So what I say, 180, then you hit the pity, so you're going to hit, so obviously, no, you're going to hit the pity. Let's call it 30 more summons. So that's 210. Then you go back, you rip 60 on Lust. Then let's say you need another 150 if you go to full pity, right? Why can't I do math right now? 210, yeah, so then 270, and then let's say you have to rip another 50, so then you'd be at 420. You'd be at 420, 10 away from Lust. So within 430, in a fairly worst case scenario, I mean, the worst would be you pull Lust really early and you blow the guarantee. I mean, it would be the worst thing in the world. But you could be coming into it like with about 100 plus summons left, between 100 and 150 summons, Malkui. I think it'd be pretty realistic that happens. and you hit 2 pities or 2. You hit 2 legendaries on the Silas Virna banner, so you have your shot there. Obviously, you get lust at 250, and now you can rip for Arrogance with your 100 to 200 remaining. So there you go. On to the next question. Let's see. I guess I'll just leave myself over here because I might have to go back to the rates. 640 summons on day 69. This is from Izazil. Oh, this is from Jake, I think. Nocturne being the only usable Lego aside from A-Bomb. GR3 being a few stages behind the other two. So this is what I'm saying, guys. I appreciate the detail, but just tell me what the stages are. Like, just give me as much information as you can. 70-ish summons available. Oh, this is how many he's done total. Okay. No spend account. Which banner should you pull on? Lust. Absolutely Lust. Adam says 250. See, okay, no, this is Adam giving advice. Ruthless says level 42 cleared all 18s except 17 on GR3. Best markings are Calypso and Idril. 200 crystals and 14,000 diamonds saved up. Lust. I know you want me to say Silas, but the answer is Lust. You'll get Silas eventually, or you will get, you'll A5 your Idril. You'll do this. You will survive without it. You might have to go a year without another chance to get Lust. Let's actually do some math, though. Are you going to be light? No, you have 200. Oh, yeah, so what I would do is Lust, and then you can pull off at least 1 pity manipulation, if not 2. So you can get 2 bites at Silas if you get lucky, and maybe you hit. But you should be sticking with the Lust banner and at least grinding up your numbers there. You can, if you get lucky and you can control it well, it's going to be a bit of luck, a bit of technique. You can make it so you have a pretty good shot to always be hitting pity if you go that far on the Silas banner. So that would be 2 with what you're looking at here, right? 200, and then this is going to come in at, let's call it like with rebate, that's about another 200. And with this, you're probably looking at over 400 summons. You should be able to have 2 pities, assuming you get lucky. When I say lucky, I mean you're not hitting things early on the Lust banner, because it sounds like you want the Silas banner. You're going to have to be fairly comfortable with some risk, pushing higher on the Lust banner, hoping not to reset your pity or get the guarantee early. But you should be able to have 2 shots at Silas and still push for Lust, which is what you should do. Kaz is giving advice. Gladius, nope, giving advice. I think it's nice that people are giving advice. That's not what I envisioned with this. Chime and say thank you. Oh, yeah, I think it's a fun idea, too. Thank you, Noodles. What should I do free to play? I don't have Arrogance, Virna, or Silas. Lust. 318 summons to use. I'll be a little... So he's 19 on everything. Guild Boss 4 doing 20k. Lust. He said he was low spender. Yeah, free to play? Come on. Free to play and you're stuck at 20k per on Guild Boss. So free to play, I'm sure you're running a Nightmare team. The answer is Lust. And yeah, you don't have many summons, all in on Lust. And just hope it's still, remember guys, even though it's a guaranteed banner, you can watch the FAQ I put out. It is still very, very much a 10x banner on Lust and Arrogance. The guaranteed is just a second thing. Yeah, Vice just said in the chat, if you want me to answer your questions, just go here and post them. You see we've already had 9 new questions. Someone else is writing too. Hey Fasty, I'm free to play. I have 150 summons, including diamonds. I'm also 100 into pity. Silas and Virna A0. Don't have Arrogance. Would not be disappointed at all if I got him. Running Infernal team. 1k at 30k. It's pretty strong with room for 1 fighter. Currently running Deimos, but Arrogance would be awesome. Arrogance won't be such a needle mover, honestly, for Guild Boss if you're not running a Nightmare team. But you do have Terror. Yes, so this is a great example, guys. Ruckus, really cool team you're running. Better run a half Infernal team. It sounds like you have Zila 2 with this kind of team I'm looking at. Better convert it to like the way people run like a full Infernal and like an incomplete Piercer. With this kind of situation I'm looking at here, if you pull Lust and you've got Torador, no doubt in my mind you should run like a full or nearly full Nightmare team and then potentially an incomplete Infernal. Absolutely, you should do that. Better chance of pulling Arrogance over the 18% of Silas. Again, guys, I did share the rates. I'll show you again. It comes in at 18.5. I can actually pull up the rates for Silas for anyone that didn't see it. It's nearly the same. So Silas is at 1803. That's at 1856. So, I mean, it's not a rounding error, but it nearly is. It's just over 0.5% difference. Go for the Arrogance Lust banner based on what you're telling me, buddy. That's what I would say. Ruckus. You cleared 221 and clear Hard Void. That's another thing. Like Lust is gonna. I guess if you need Silas actually would be the biggest needle mover for Nightmare Void. But based on everything I'm seeing here, you're nearly there with everything. You've got a strong enough account that there's no reason to miss the most powerful exclusive we've ever seen. Zeal 2, Cetrum, Hex, and Pyros. Ruckus just said in the chat, absolutely go for Lust. Bust for Lust, guys. We're holding our loads for a reason. It's time to absolutely splooge. Silas and Virna, my Lego fighters, are weak with only A-Bomb pulled and the free Volca. Pick for context. Got lucky with Torador. Your nightmare, okay, you got Torador. If you have Torador, everything you can possibly do on Lust. So think about it. She's got a base double hitter, right? And now you're giving a 30% chance for one more hit. Then when she ults, she's doing 4 hits with a 30% chance every normal hit for ult for a 5th hit. Every one of those is a chance to whip one of her allies, giving herself a damage boost and a rage boost. If you have Torador, it's a hard go on Lust. Looks like you've got a ton of stuff saved. So I would very much employ the strategy that I talked about, the technique I did. Ivy also has a video on it. Manipulate that pity. Yeah, other than the 250 strategy, no. A1 Silas is so cool, but it's not the needle mover that, getting an awakening into an exclusive hero would be. You should be doing the 250 strategy, maybe 2, depending on some luck, and then busting. And then once you hit the 250 and there's no manipulation left, everything into Arrogance and Lust with your Torador. That's crazy. And thank you for sharing pictures. Sharing pictures is really nice. Ervis, hey Fasty, I got A0 Silas and Virna, A0 Hex, and Arach and Torador. Holy crap. Who are these people? These accounts are crazy. Besides Hex and Silas, the rest of are Wrath. Okay. All out for Lust and Arrogance. Yeah, your number will go up like crazy. Honestly, your number's looking low. I'm assuming you're a younger account because you have like so many meta heroes, and the fact that you got Aracha too and Torador, crazy account. Nightmare Piercer sounds perfect, honestly. Especially if you don't have Seala too, which it doesn't sound like you do. 300 blue summons, 5-6 legendary crystals. That's the other thing, guys. Keep in mind, if you want to get your chances at Silas and Virna, I'll show you my account. They are very much coming with the divine summons. So I think I have 5 saved because I wasted freaking 3 last weekend to get my dust. Yeah, it's 5 chances, right? Some of you guys might have someone too. Taku says he's trying to get as many Lust Awakens as possible. I think that's what almost everybody should be doing. What are we looking at? Awaken. Yeah, but like you're at A0. You think you're gonna think about how lucky you're gonna have to get. You have an 18% chance each time. I broke this all down, guys. So you can pull 5 legendaries, and you have a chance, only less than a 2/3 chance, a 63% chance that even one of them was Silas. So if you're at A0, you think you're going to pull 3 Silases with that number of summons. Better go for the exclusive hero, and then pick up some lucky Silases over the next few months from the normal pool where he will exist. Nightmare Void Rift's not cleared. Yeah, but you do already have Silas and Virna, so it's fine. I mean, A1 Silas is nice, but with good gear, at A0, he's more than enough for all content in the game currently. Currently at 380 summoning crystals. Monku says between crystals and diamonds, 19 legendary crystals. Biggest needs, any premium AoE damage dealer. Okay. Prioritizing Lust, Virna, Silas. I would definitely, Virna it would be awesome for you. I mean, I know your account very well, but you will have all the chances you possibly need to get Virna with those 19 legendary crystals. Currently, plan is to pull on Lust until pity timers, flip to Silas, Virna, flip back. Yeah, this is correct. Yeah, this is correct. Legendary crystals are going to go. Also, it'd be nice to have diamonds afterwards for stamina. I wouldn't save any diamonds for stamina. I don't think, I think almost, unless, especially knowing your account with how much you've progressed, Maku, there's no reason. The little bit of farming is not going to make the difference of going. When you reach the later and especially the end game portion of this, you absolutely, it's heroes over stamina. You should still farm your butt off in AMR and your Gear Aid 20s, or 21s, excuse me, your 1 through 3 21s. But the difference that going all out and getting some lucky Silases, or getting a Comet, or Boreas, or so on and so on and so on, it's so much more powerful than missing out on 1,000 runs of GR 321 or even 4,000 runs, right? That will come, but these special banners don't come around very often. I think 90% of players, maybe 95 or 99, should spend everything they have. I will come out of this weekend with 0 diamonds. I promise you that right now. On Monday morning, I will have 0 diamonds, unless new diamonds arrive for me in my mailbox. I will come out of this with 0 diamonds. I'm pulling everything between these 2 banners. I think you kind of nailed it, except for this. Afterwards for stamina, I think just no. I think, yeah, if you have to take a week off and just save up some more diamonds for stamina, this is the time to pull everything you've got. Infamous AB, I'm on Gear Aid 3, able to farm stage 19. I have Setram Hex Kia. I'm assuming you mean Korea. Would Sylas be a game changer if you have Virna already? Sylas is the best hero in the game if you have Virna already. Of course, he'd be an enormous game changer, but that being said, I would still pull on the Lust. At least, I don't know, you didn't say how many summons you have, but again, guys, we're talking about minimum top 10 hero. I think very likely top 5 hero in the entire game, and she's at best will come back in 6 months. So if you miss her now, you're waiting. At best case scenario, you're waiting half a year. I think worst case scenario, you're waiting till next Valentine's Day. Hey man, so what do you think? Says Sepcorn. I'm sitting at 68 S stones. Does anyone know what this means? I'm assuming this means summoning crystals, rare summoning crystals. Nice chunk of diamonds. You got Virna and Sylas A1, and you also have Arrogance. If you're at Fresh Pity, do exactly what I told you in the video this morning with my like free lust technique. I would honestly, if you, with the situation you're in, if you have them both A1 already, I also already have Sylas A1 and Virna A1. I think you do just one manipulation of the pity just so you don't waste the guarantee. It depends how it shakes out, and then absolutely everything else into lust and arrogance. Everything else. A Rouser, saw your video, kind of an idiot, don't really understand the manipulation of the pity. I'm sure you're not an idiot. I must have just explained it poorly. I currently have about 410 summons, including Diamantes. My last Lego was 5 summons ago. Hopefully, after I sell rares, 470. It sounds about right. Don't have Sylas or Virna. The strategy is you push and you push and you push on the Lust banner until you hit your first Lego, and then from there you can evaluate where you have to do the remaining pushing and how far you want to go. So if you hit your first Lego at 40 and you get a new pity then at 40, probably push to 240. If you hit before then you can reevaluate and think about a switch. But like then if you'd push to 240, you'd have 230 summons remaining. Then you can immediately switch over and do one through. I mean, that's probably a bad example. Let's say you hit at 60, then you could push to 240. So then this would be a great scenario for you. So you would be have done 240 summons, and you'd already be 180 into a new pity. Then you go to Sylas Virnus, Virnus, Syla and Virnus. You go to that banner, and within 20 to 40 summons, you're guaranteed legendary. You hope you hit on what you're looking for. Then you go back, you do 10 for lust, and then you bust. You use everything. That's what I would suggest. If you really are dead set on Sylas, you could do the opposite. Once you hit your lust, then you switch back over and you do everything for Sylas. But the chances are slim, man. It all comes back down to this. So these are basically the same exact kind of numbers you're looking at here. I should be able to do this. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I'll make you guys one really quickly for lust and arrogance, just to show you how similar it really is. So it's 18.56. I didn't mean to do Sylas. Excuse me, guys. Nothing like Excel Live, Google Sheets Live. So it should have automatically updated, I believe. Let's see. No, it did not. Okay. That's a bummer. That's a big bummer. So I'm gonna have to change all these manually. Are you serious? Why did I write it like this? I should have. Oh, it's so annoying. There we go. Yeah. And then how do I lock in the slot? Is it with an exclamation point? No. Is it with a how do I do this? Oh, is it like this? No. Is it with how do I do this, guys? How do I like cement the thing? Oh, it's a money sign? Thank you. It's been a while since business school. I blew it. How did I blow it? So it should just take. Oh, it. Why is it? Oh, is it $2 signs? Is it like that? Yes, okay, that's correct. There you go. So there you go, guys. Those are the differences. It's very comparable. And then this number is going to be this number. Oh, whoops. So yeah, it's all a gamble, right? See, it's pretty darn comparable. So if we look at 5, we're looking at 63% chance you've pulled a Silas, 63% chance you pulled a Vierna, 89% chance you pulled either, and now you're looking at 64, 64, 90. There you go, guys. Discord link is here. No, it's not. Whoops. I don't know what I just sent. Ignore that, guys. This is the link. That's the link to the channel where you can submit your questions. Yeah, so these are your chances with how many legendaries you've pulled. So you just want to keep going as high as possible to get these nicer numbers. I mean, at the end of the day, RNG gonna RNG, but with quantity, you can limit bad luck outliers essentially. So there you go. Let's go here. Who was I just answering? Oh, this was a Rouser. Is this Sean? I hope that makes sense now. There you go. Let's go. Fast got around 500 summons, got Silas and Virna A1, got Arrogance A3. All out for Lust, correct. Yeah, so mistake, I would say absolutely all out for Lust, except for you want to do at least one manipulation. Because guys, if you can do it properly, you're like wasting a free legendary if you don't hit the guarantee. Because if you're pulling the guarantee with a very high pity, you've just completely reset a pity and wasted a pity. You want to like even if you're 50 into a pity, if you hit that guarantee, now you've reset the pity and you've lost the 50 bit that you built. But aside from that, yeah, absolutely, just go all in and bust. Saber, 220 free to play summons. I can hardly get Lust. 180 into pity. Don't have size. Virna, Lust. And yeah, I mean, if you're 180 in, pull on the Lust banner. For all you know, you hit her right away, and then you can go for the Silas banner with the remainder if you want. If you're that desperate, I mean, that's not a bad idea at all for you, Saber. I'm about to hit pity and don't have enough to pull 250. Yes, everything for her. That's honestly, you guys can see. Call me biased. That's strongly how I feel. Let's go. Gladius, if you sell the blues, okay, this is some advice. Scald King says 58 or 67 into pitting, depending on how I read the history. This is something I'm struggling, so you guys can. I'm gonna have to test it out tomorrow when I do pulls. I always read it as this was my most recent, but now people are saying the end is the most recent. I thought it was like most recent to least, left to right, but people are saying the opposite now. So I don't know. I don't know at all actually. But a lot of people seem to think I was reading it incorrectly, so I'm inclined to believe that they're right and I was wrong. Where was I? Oh, here we go. How you read history? 408 raw summons, 65 projected from selling rares. Thinking the average rate at 130. I think my best pass to pull 53 Lust, under 100, more than 100 Silas Pity, 120 Lust, more than 100 Silas Pity, 76 Lust, Silas Pity, Last Shard, guaranteed Lust, 450 worst case and blow any luck on Lust banner post guarantee. It makes sense. I mean, I don't think I would be tempting fate that much by going that hard. Oh, you're saying less than 100. Excuse me, I read that wrong. Pull 53 Lust, and then when you're under 100 away from Pity, you're saying switch to Silas, 120 Lust. So then you'd be at 200. What is that? 273? I don't get that. I think it sounds like you just want to keep hitting Silas on your Pity. Sounds like a strong strategy if that's where your priorities lie. Yeah, Matt Baker saying make sure the guarantee does not reset your pity. Exactly. You want to be hitting the guarantee with as fresh a pity as possible. That's the core of it here. So I shouldn't go for Silas. It depends on you specifically, but I think we just addressed you, Saber. I don't have Arrogance or Silas. I have around 150 summons. I've already completed GR21s. If you've already completed GR21s, the answer is hard Lust. It's still a 10x banner. Roshan, it's not even close. With your situation, this is like the most no-brainer one we've seen so far. If you get 250, go for Lust. If you have only 18% chance, it's 82%. Yeah, it's correct. Free to play. Don't have any of the 4 heroes. At 175 pity, have 211 summons, including estimated rare re-rate. Correct. Nice. Included photos of roster, gear raid, GB. Probably going to wait until later in the weekend to get summoning rewards in the bag, so hopefully it'll be right around 250 by Sunday. Planning to only go for Lust, but if I pull her early, should I switch banners or try to go for Arrogance? I would go for Arrogance. You do have a Racha. Let's see what your gear raid progression is. I mean, you have a Piercer Lord. This tells me, yeah, but you have a Racha, obviously. This is the hardest one so far, I think. If you pull her early, I actually think you should go for Silas. This is going to be, there you go, guys. So I said 95% of circumstances. We've done a lot so far. That's going to be my first suggestion. I think you have the right thinking already. You're going to hit Lust, and then you go for Silas. I actually think that's correct. That's what I would do if I was you. Just because where your progression is in this like very transitioning into the late game stage, this Silas would be the harder carry. That being said, if you're planning on playing the game for a while and you're not in a rush, then I would go for Lust. So like personally, if I was in your situation, I would still go for Lust because you'll get Silas eventually. You will. It might take a while, but you will. Hey, Fastidious, I need your advice. I'm 34 days in, nearly free to play. Very lucky with my pulls. Holy crap. Twin Feed, Zilladu, and Arrogance free to play 34 days in. 6 other legendaries like Kai, Constance, Valkyria, Abomination, Krat, Shamir to pay the tax. So my fighters are okay with epics like Vladov and Wrath. I have 100 normal summons, 6 golden, 5k diamonds. No, you should go for Lust, no question. That early on, you don't need to start worrying about hunting Silas already. You'll find ways to get him eventually. Should I push all my summons, says Joseph, to Lust for a more chance for Lust, Stoop, and Arrogance A1? I would do 1 manipulation for sure. And then exactly what you said. Exactly what you said with 1 manipulation. Insomnia says that he's here, so we can start now. Sorry, buddy, we've already been going for an hour. How many rares diamonds do you think will be up for grabs during the events? Buddy, I would guess there'll be 10 rare summoning crystals and a handful of diamonds. Maybe it's 5. It'd be between either 5 or 10 rare summoning crystals. It's a good question. And for the diamonds, maybe Destined. I don't know if you're in the chat, Destined. I mean, that's our time traveler. Maybe he knows. I don't know. Call it. Let's say there's 1,000 diamonds up for. I would guess there's 1,000 diamonds up for grab and 5 rare summoning crystals. That's my prediction. Do with that what you want. Do I plan on damage testing between Lust A0 and A1? Once I get a second copy of Lust on the test server, I will. But until then, I'm going to keep her at A0. I know some of the other guys have awakened her, but I don't want to risk awakening her and then I can't unawaken her. So until I get a second copy and I can have like a base copy and an awakened copy, I'm not going to do that. But hopefully they're getting back on Monday. They're getting back from their break, so then maybe they can help me out with sending me some dupe heroes. 20 into pity, have like 350 summons between rares and diamonds. They're not gems. We're not playing Raid Shadow Legends. I plan to reach pity, use on Silas and Virna for bond skill. Smart, and then close Lust. Pull to pity again. I can't think of which banner is best. You're not telling me what you have, so Lust. I would go with the Lust banner. When in doubt, go for the amazing exclusive hero that you're not going to be able to get for half a year minimum. What's the chance of me going further than 27 Divine Mercy? When will you announce the people I'm pulling for? Bad at reading. I will pull for everybody that wants, that follows the instructions. I don't like discriminate. And I mean, I haven't checked. I guess if like 30 people signed up, we will have to cut some people or we'll have to split it between 2 days. But no, then I'll just split it between 2 days. So it's up to you guys if you want to be patient. I pull for everybody. That, like, you know, there's certain things I charge for, like takeovers and stuff, because quite frankly, it's super time intensive and I'm really good at it, so I can charge money for it. I'm privileged to do that and help support my business. But when it comes to summons, to me, that's always like a totally free community building, community event kind of thing. So that will never change. So if you want in, you're in, baby. Hi, Fasty. Do these limited banners come around again? In theory, they have on Forerunner, and I've spoken with our dev contact who has confirmed Reeve is coming back, but with no and she wants him to come back too because she doesn't have him either, but she doesn't know when. So at the earliest, Reeve will be next month. At the latest, it could be another year. Who knows? But in theory, I was told he's coming back, and I don't know when. And they did have people come back on Forerunner, so we would assume eventually they'll come back around, but who knows how frequently. Assuming you have Lust and Virna, would you pull for Arrogance or Silas? I don't know. I need to know more about your account, but quite frankly, I would pull for Arrogance because then you're pulling for Lust as well, and that's going to be more valuable. However, I guess if you're in that range, like who are we talking about? Who was the person that I gave the go ahead? Was it Junius? I don't remember. If you're in a similar situation where you're kind of like stuck at 19s, you have underwhelming damage on Nightmare 4, and you really need to make a Nightmare Void push, and you're saying you already have Virna and you got your Lust copy, then you might be in the situation to go for Silas. Who was that? I also don't know how many summons you have. But if you're in that tight situation and you want to YOLO for Silas, you could. But again, if you're planning to play the game for a while, I would just stick with the exclusive. Fresh Pity, 450 summons, says Fireballs. No Arrogance, Silas, or Virna, or Lust. So right in this kind of like getting towards the end of the mid-game situation, thinking about doing Pity Manipulation to pull an SV banner once. This is what I would do if I was you. Yeah. Especially since you don't have Virna. So this is the other thing. For people with no Silas and Virna, you're telling me you want to take these chances that you could pull 5 legendaries and still have an 11% chance to get neither, and still less than a 2/3 chance to get either one, either specific one. You want to go for that as opposed to just go all in on the exclusive and do a similar gamble, but with someone who's not coming back for a year minimum. Pretty simple, I think. So you're doing the right thing. Yeah, 1 Pity Manipulation on SV, exactly, and then rests on LA. Correct. I completely agree with you, Fireballs. Raider X, hey Fastidious. I have Silas A0, no Virna, no Arrogance. If I go to Guaranteed Lust without getting Virna nor Arrogance, Arrogance. Stick with the Lust banner. You can do 1 manipulate, exactly what we're doing for Fireballs. That's what you should do. Because again, you're saying you made it there, so just each thing's an individual thing. You want to keep rolling the dice on an 18% chance to hit Virna, or would you rather, because you don't need the Silas A1. It's nice, but you really don't need it. Or would you rather get some of those crazy Lust Awakenings before she goes away for nearly ever, and then maybe pick up an Arrogance along the way? I have Torador if that makes a difference. Which one was this? I think I already said Lust Arrogance, but yeah, Torador makes it a no-brainer. Torador plus Lust is insane. Are the drop rates divine? They're exactly the same. Yeah. The rates are exactly the same. So these rates are for the both the banners. Let me rename this. What the heck? Oh, okay. Yeah, these are the rates for the Silas Virna thing. These are the rates for both the rare summoning banner and the legendary summoning banner, the special and the divine. All right. Any good Valentine's Day packs coming out? Says Arasi. Yeah, the Virna skin pack, if what's rumored is true, is like the best pack ever. The amount of summons it comes with, and the skin, and all that stuff. Let's keep going. There's a lot more to get through. Tortor bonus is 30. Why did I think Tortor bonus was 30%? Is it really 35? And I've just been wrong for months and months. Let's see. No, it's 30%. Why would I be wrong? Oh, unless he's talking about the general attack speed bonus, then sure, but that's the same as Wrath. When people say Tortor bonus, they mean the special Lord skill, which is the extra basic attack hit. All right, let's go back to the questions. I'm new 3 weeks in. Thanks for your suggestions and help. You're welcome. Should I go Lust and Silas with the switch? Yeah, I do Lust. I don't know how much do you have. Okay, yeah. I would do With you, you're basically going to almost certainly do all lusts because this is pretty darn close to like exactly 250, right? So with rebate, this is so you're about 350. Yeah, you're probably looking at a single manipulation and then everything on lust. Yeah, pretty darn correct, Nimmer Song. All gear rates farm stage 18. Only Lego Marksman is Kai. Yikes. Only Lego Mage is Alistair. A1 Sela 2, A-Bomb, Valeria, Volca. Yeah, you still bust. Tarpon, I respect what you're saying here, but you're still going to bust for sure. 39 pity right now. Do 180 pity in lust. Switch leggy, then back to 249. So this is like a best case scenario, but a lot of other things could go wrong along the way. But it sounds like you're pretty open to risk. I think it's a good plan. Nimmer Song. Don Piratoni, not really sure if I need to try and min-max on the Silas banner, just pull everything on Lust Arrogance. I think everyone should min-max unless like the RNG really doesn't line up well. So when I say that would be like you hit at like 230 when you're trying to pull to like 240, 249 range, right? So at that point, it's like, do you want to go pull to 249 or something and now you're 19 in and then switch to Silas? Like for me, I will do that because I have like 800 summons saved at this point. But for most people, I think, no, you won't do that. Let's see what you're looking at here. Yeah, so you're looking at like 300 summons. No, yeah, I think you can, if it lines up well, you do one min max. If it lines up poorly, you just forget it. How long your ding dong? Long as hell, baby! Is a Zill. Gear 83, the one you're stuck in, 16. The other two, I have stage 18 beat. Yeah, but you'll find new heroes that are going to help you. Cam says, I have an idea, but basically Silas Virna A1. I have an Arrogance. Unsure whether to pull all 500 for Lust just for the Awakenings, or I get her to A1 tonight, then swap to Silas Virna banner on Friday. It's a good point, Cam. I mean, a lot of this, so what Destined is touching on here is like, you're not going to know until you see what you get. Like all of us are like talking about manipulating the pity and our nice strategies, and me and Ivy and everybody are giving you advice, but then you might just pull Lust on your 20th summon. And then it's just, you got to reevaluate everything, you know? So for me, I'll tell you, if I pull Lust before 250, so like tomorrow, I'm probably going to pull till I hit my first legendary. If I hit it really early, then I'll pull for a second and I'll stay on the Lust banner. It depends how the numbers shake out. But like, let's say I'm pulling on Lust tomorrow. And what did we say? I'm 22 into pity if I'm reading the thing wrong, or 23. Let's say at 40 summons into the Lust banner, I already hit and I get Calypso. Let's be honest. I mean, I'd love to get A4 Calypso. So let's say I snag Calypso, right? And then I keep pulling, and then at 180 I hit another legendary, and it's Lust or something, right? Then you got to reevaluate. Or let's say I hit another legendary and it's Aurum. Now it's like, all right, so what are you going to do? Do you keep pushing? So this is like, I would have to decide tomorrow, do I push another 60 right now towards the 250 and then wait for Friday? Do I see how it shakes out? Maybe you hit another one at 210, and then you really got to reevaluate. So a lot of these things, it's like a moving target. But I do think, Destin, knowing your account, and knowing that you get a lot of diamonds, I think this Lust opportunity for people that like are spenders or content creators or something, it's a can't, you just gotta risk it for the biscuit. And I know you have good Silas and Virna anyway, and you have good gear, so I think you know what to do. I think basically see how it shakes out tomorrow, and then you can evaluate. But yeah, it will depend on the luck of it all. Wizardly Might, that's pretty much my only hero on my roster. I don't have 2-week login. Believe he's called Wrath, and I haven't spent a penny. What does this mean? Oh, these are the only heroes are on your roster. Crazy. So you've got this few heroes, and you got Constance, and then you got Aracha. It's crazy. So you missed. Are you not 2 weeks in yet, or you missed Wrath? If you missed Wrath, all right, so those are people that you should still go for Lust, but maybe don't go as crazy. Because I mean, assuming you miss Wrath and you don't have Torador, that's tough. She really needs a Lord. That's tough. You're still gonna want to snag her because you'll get him eventually. But I mean, dude, of course you should pull. These are the 2 or 3 best banners we've ever seen. Wizardly, you got to pull on some of them. But it depends if you missed Wrath, because I mean, if you missed Wrath, and it'd be with that, I'll tell you, Wizardly, if you straight up, like, if you're past 14 days and you don't have Wrath, you could do a couple YOLO summons for Lust, but then I probably would go to Silas because you have Aracha. So between Silas, Nyx, Aracha, and Idril, they could bring you some pretty high heights. So you might be a very specific circumstance Oh, you're 10 days in. No, you're about to get Wrath. I just saw that. Whoops. Um, no, everything on Lust. I misread it because if you miss your 14-day login, you can lose Wrath potentially. Oh no, you can't because he's a daily. No, you can't. I'm just thinking of one example of someone I know who sold his Wrath. My mistake. Ignore that part. um, but hmm, you are the kind of person that could go all in on Silas if you wanted to. But keep in mind, it's still a really big risk. With only 50 summons, I'd be shocked if, with the best luck, you would hit twice. With the best luck, you would hit twice, which gives you exactly a 1 in 3 chance to get Silas. So would you rather that, or would you rather hope to hit Lust and YOLO and hit Lust with an 18% chance? I feel like if I was you, I'd rather YOLO. It's all going to be a YOLO, man. You've got 50 summons. You can use your discretion. I mean, the fact that you got a Racha is kind of a game changer, but I probably would still go. Itzy Burr says he heard that if people like the stream, they're 1,000% more likely to get Lust. It's true, guys. Freaking hammer that thumbs up. Actually, are we doing a bit better now? Is our ratio doing better? We're still at over two. We can do better though. We are at least we're over 100 likes, but we still been over 250 this whole time. It'd be nice if we could. There we go, baby. Let's get that to 150 likes. If we get to 150 likes, everyone will get 10 copies of Lust. Everyone will get 12 copies of Lust, so you can have 2 Lusts A5, and you can just admire them both. You know, that's 4 titties, 4 A5 titties. All right, all right. Oh wow, that's pretty quick. Let's get to 150. 3 more, guys. Let's see who's next. I've done Gear Aid 119, although pulled Demi recently. 220 using Maul and 319 with Setram and Idril. Can do 20k in Nightmare 4 with Infernal and Nightmare. It's a decent roster. Not sure which banner. 9 into Pity, 7. For sure, Lust. You're like right at the point where you're like exactly going to get 250. This is a no-brainer. No-brainer Lust, in my opinion. Thank you again, Itzy. 183 pulls. I don't have Silas or Virna or Arrow. Everything in Lust. If you're under 250, unless you're coming at me with like I have a Racha and Idril A5 or something, the answer's Lust. Add 115 crystals, 9.4k diamonds. So again, another person who's going to be right at that 250 or so. 230 not counting the gemstone diamonds. Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna hit it. Should be good for Lust. Pity at 30, 170 on the Lust banner. If no Lego drops, switch single pulls on Silas banner. Probably don't have the luxury to switch to the other banner earlier. I agree. You don't have that luxury. I'd be very careful to not miscount anything because it'd kind of suck if like you waste your pity on the Silas banner and you get Cratch or something, and then you realize you were like 5 summons short. So if you guys, what Zorab's doing is really smart, but just be really careful that you're counting and doing all the math correctly. Hi, Fasty. Watch the video you mentioned on your reply. Which is worth the risk? Got 181 rares, 13k diamonds. I mean, that's a nice chunk right there. 70 pity. Got Virna, no Silas, and Arrogance. Plan A. Do 130 pulls for Lust banner. Wait for Friday to risk for Silas. Yeah, yours is going to very much be decided. You're spot on here. Yours is going to be very much decided between how that first one goes. Who's going to say you're even going to get a full pity, right? I think certainly what you can do, you can have like a conservative plan A, pull on the Lust Arrogance banner until you hit your first legendary, then see what you're at, and then reevaluate. But you have a nice chunk here. I mean, let's do some math, right? We're looking at you're going to come out with like over 350 summons, it looks like. Let's check this stuff. You got Fierna. No Silas, no Arrogance, no Lust. So you just have Fierna. I would do the single manipulation and then move over, but play it conservatively and see how it all feels. Kaz, well, I'm planning to pull on Friday. Have 5 divines. Should have 250 summons. Is this in response to some other thing? I don't know what that is. Did he post earlier? Well, definitely use all your divines on Silas and Virna, and then to 250 plus, it really depends. Are you talking you have 270 or you have like 400? If you're like in like the just over 250, then you just go straight for Lust. Hey Fasty, I can get 400 or so pulls with gems. Again, diamonds. Mid game need lots of gear. Are you suggesting I throw? Yes, I honestly I am. I mean, I don't know if you're free to play, then probably not, or if you're a low spender. But if you're any spender at all, or if you're like a patient person, then I probably would throw everything at this. Yeah, I think almost everyone should throw everything at this. Ho, bro, this is my account 46 days in. I saved 132 summons, sitting 5,400 diamonds. So 5,400 diamonds, we're looking at what? That's about, with rebate, 70 or so pulls with this. So we're looking at a chunk over 200, but looks like we're short of 250. What's the best thing for me to do in advance? Don't have Virna, hit pity already. Let's see. You have A1 size, everything on lust, because you're going to be just at about 250. Enemy, everything. Oh, enemy. That's kind of cool. Everything at lust. 122 gems. I assume you mean summons. 14k diamonds. Do I go full in for, don't use that language, or split to get Silas A1? You're not going to get Silas A1 unless you're super lucky. But you do have a nice chunk of summons here. So looks like you're at, let me do some math again. You're going to be at just over 300. You can go for one. You probably are, unless you get unlucky, you can probably run one manipulation. Can you see if the code fall in love works? We can try it, and then we got a video, baby. Whoa! We got a new code. Have people posted about that yet? 2 summons, baby. Let's go. That's huge. Let me know in chat if that's new. Yeah, this is going to be fun, guys. One for each banner. Hell yeah, Joseph. One for each banner. Thank you, Serby. Only works on PC. That came yesterday. Oh, news to me. Destin posted about it. Oh, then I don't need to post a video. Shout out to Destin. Shout out to Camp. 34 summons, and I'm about to 20 pulls since last pity. I have 5,000 gems. Yes, everything for lust and arrogance, Nick. Do you think we will see a massive meta change tomorrow? Depends what you mean. Describe meta. TBD. I haven't seen what someone like D. When you say meta, you mean like the most effective team available. For many people, it will be their meta because they will have lust, and they won't have some of these crazy accounts like the Mad guys and the Dragon Slayer guys, right? But like, I also haven't seen what Deegs or Ron or someone will be capable of with lust. So it is possible we'll see a global meta change for all accounts, but without a doubt, we will see a meta change for normal accounts. No doubt at all. No doubt in my mind at all. But yeah, it's super possible that like we're gonna see no more Infernal teams or something, and you're gonna see like Deegs running like a full Piercer team, a full Nightmare team. We'll know within 2 days. Like just follow the leaderboards and see what Deegs and Ron do, basically. Love the math. Thank you, dude. Math is fun. We should make merch that says math is fun. I have Silas and Virna. I don't have to guarantee. I have enough to guarantee less. I don't suspect to get the 250. Maybe 160 raw going in tomorrow. Pity summons 60, so you're a little short. 19 steadily making progress. NM4. You got a bust, baby. Dead on, baby. And you have Silas and Virna. It's a hard. This is probably the clearest bust of the night, man. That's a hard bust, and there's not much more to it. Ronan says I'm mid-game, stage 18, 17 and below, 480 summons. Wow, that's a lot, man. With 140 into pity, no Silas, Virna, or arrogance. Do exactly the normal God tier Shamir A1. Do exactly the normal manipulation. So it'll depend on luck. You can probably pull off a couple with a little bit of luck. You can probably get 2 rips on the Silas banner, hit 2 pities or 2 early Legos, and still pull it off. So I think that's a pretty comfy thing for you. You can split it basically between the two. Once you hit the 250, I'd go all in on lust, though. Drink some water, you madman, or you'll burn out that voice. Dude, I drink so much water. Are you joking? I'm king of water. What if lust guarantee can be just inside lust banner? Like, yeah, of course. Watch my FAQ. I touched on that explicitly. Like, explicitly. I went off on that for like 3 or 4 minutes straight. 300 summons, without a doubt, going for lust. Already have Silas A1, no Virna or arrogance. Feeling the best shot is all in on lust and hope for arrow. Instead of hope for Virna with the manipulation. It depends how the manipulation shakes out, but you're probably right. I mean, if you've got a nice control of it, though, so like let's say you hit on like 70, so then your next soft pity is going to be at 250. You could run that thing up to like 245 if you're comfortable with it, right? And then you'll be 15 away from a pity. So then at that point, of course, you should switch to the Virna banner. Hey, Fasty, thank you for the stream. No problem, Rima. Have all gear aids at 18. Got Silas, no Arrogance or Fearna. Lots of summon saves, 700 plus. Assuming I get neither Virna nor Arrogance before Lust, including Manipulation, should you pull for Virna or Arrogance? Arrogance. It's close, but Arrogance. Because, guys, people underrate how truly powerful A0 Silas, excuse me, A0 sure, but also Unbounded Silas. Unbounded Silas, or is it Unbound? I guess you don't say bounded. Uh, Unbounded Silas, Unbound Silas is still a top 10 here in the game, and you can't convince me otherwise. I've used him so much on takeovers. He's still cracked out. Better just go for the rare thing and try to snag an extra lust and maybe an arrogance along the way. Just a note on the missing wrath conversation, they changed the soul stone to a copy. Oh, perfect. You have to really try to not have wrath. Yeah, okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I have A1 Silas and nothing else. Well, you know what to do then, man. Everything on lust. Hello, Fasty. So great of you for doing this. Thank you, buddy. I am a free-to-play day 120 with 150 summons towards Soft Pity, 80 blue summons, and 3k diamonds. I have A2 Silas, no Fearna, A0 Arrogance, guessing I should pull for Lust. A2 Silas, no Fearna, A0 Arrogance, absolutely. 150 summons, everything towards Lust. 80 blues, 3k diamonds, everything towards Lust. I mean, it's possible you could hit an early pity and then you can evaluate if you want to roll for a Virna, but you're not going to get her. Like, you could, but it's a 1 in 6 chance. And for me, that's not spicy enough. You're sending me a picture of myself. Yeah. You pull for Lust if you pop her early because you are 150 in, right? Towards Soft Pity. So, worst case, it's 70. You're going to hit it, and you'll have, with rebate, let's call it 50 summons more to play with, right? 50, 60 summons more to play with, then you can make the decision. Personally, I wouldn't roll the dice on that Virna. If I'm going to roll the dice, I want to roll the dice on the time-limited thing. That's kind of my thesis here. Hey, Fasty, this is mine. 132 days in, 300 plus, 18 divines. You tell me, man. This is a nice account. Look at this account. My God. Isn't it crazy that someone can have Praetus and they don't have Virna? Not that Virna's... Oh, no, he does have Virna. So he doesn't have Silas. So no Silas, no Arrogance, no Lust, it looks like. I would do everything on Lust. You got 18 Divines. That's all the chance you need. If you get lucky, you get Silas. Simple as that. Phoenixus, hey Fassi, I'm day 63 gamer, about 75 blues, 5,400 diamonds, 49 to a fresh one. Playing to bust for Lust, but I decided to sign up for your pull party because I thought it'd be more fun if I did it. And I like the community binding aspect. Also, my co-leader and I use your vids for basically all tips and tricks. Thanks so much. Really cool. This is really nice. Looks like you got a boundless, you got an unbound Silas. Yeah, with this amount, it's all for Lust for this account. Everything for Lust. Because you've got enough strength elsewhere. Everything for Lust for you. Andy's got 145 into Pity. You have enough to pull both banners, but question is, should risk it and start on the Lust banner, 30, 40 summons, then switch. I would always start on the Lust banner because, like, why miss out on early pulls towards the guarantee? And, you know, it's unlucky if you want to go for the manipulation to pull Lust early, but also if you pull Lust early, then you have, like, total freedom. So if you're saying you want to rip on both banners, you should start on the Lust banner. Enemy. Oh, it's Momo. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, I'll go get my water. What are you saying? Go all in for Lust. Should I spend it on the 250? I'll go. I mean, I don't know if you're a spender. If you're a spender, yeah, you should guarantee that you get her. For sure, Momo. Thank you very much, Space Enthusiast. All right, I'm actually gonna grab some water now that we reached the bottom. Give me 1 sec. iDemocracy, you said you like the spreadsheet. Thank you very much for the $10 donation. For the total summons. Any chance you get a spreadsheet formula to punch our numbers in like that? We could. I would have to. I can program it. It's not my forte, but I could build you something if you want. Shazaran, what content do you reckon Lust will be best for? Guild Boss, Void Rift, Styx. Um, it through up until this like the late game, every single piece of content she'll be like an Arrogance, Boreas type. You can use her everywhere. She'll be really good for like the end of campaign too. She's gonna be really good for things that we haven't even seen yet or thought of yet. Um, and then I mean she'll have a real use case in GR2 for anyone that is choosing to run a melee strat, even though that's not my preference anymore. She'll be viable for Gear Aid 1. Obviously, she'll be useless for Gear Aid 3. She'll be viable for Gear Aid 1, but only up to like 20 at the latest. You couldn't. If you ran her in 21, then she's even stronger than I think she is. But it's possible. I don't know. I think you would need a really good Arrogance to make that happen. I could try it though if people want to see that. Where was I? I ask as I clear Nightmare Void last 2 weeks. Dude, look what you're saying. You're saying you cleared Nightmare Void and you already have you have 50k. You're where I am. You got 21s. You basically have everything done. Then there's no question. Then you go for Lust. There's nothing else to think about. If you don't have any specific content that you have to be worried about Silas or Virna for, then it's everything you have on Lust. Blue Cartoon, I don't know if I should pull for Lust or Silas. I have Virna, no Arrogance, 150 pull into Pity, only have 1.3k gems, 39 summons. So this is a very interesting one. Personally, because I just have too much FOMO, I would still go for Lust, but this actually might be our new best candidate to go for Silas Virna because you're looking at basically just over a 1 in 6 chance that you'll get a bond for your Silas. Looks like you have no shot in hell of getting the 250. So basically, you're doing a straight up roll the dice on both. Just dealing with these numbers here. It's basically the same chances, so it kind of comes down to what your gut tells you. Personally, if I was you, I would still go Lust, but you can see I'm pretty dead set on this and not wanting to miss out on such a good hero that's going to be gone for so long. But I could totally see, you might be someone that could really justify going for Virna. Gladius, we'll be doing Lust to 250 with Pity Manipulation. Nice. However, after I got Lust, should I put any spares in Silas Virna or Lust Arrogance? Super early with only comment. You should use everything, all spares. What would be more useful to me? Realize the longs are the long at that point. If you're that early and a budget player, Nightmare is the hardest carry in the game. So everything on Lust and Arrogance, in my opinion. Psycho has 272 with a nice handful. Looks like Psycho's at just over 400 with rebate. Already have A1 Silas. Don't have Arrogance or Virna. How should you break this down? As many pity manipulations as you can get in, but then still everything on Lust and Arrogance. Any advantage or disadvantage to chip away at pity tomorrow? That's what I'm doing. Of course, that's what I'm doing. And then you'll have more complete information. I want to know tomorrow if I'm going to pull Lust on summon number 50 or I'm going to pull something else. There's no reason not to pull tomorrow if that's your plan anyway. I'm starting my pulling tomorrow. Does Lust hit allies 100% if no enemies are nearby? That's super interesting. I actually was just thinking that, like when I was describing it before. I've never tested that. My guess is she doesn't even attack if enemies aren't nearby. So I would guess no, but I would have to test that. So I don't know. Very interesting, Phantom. So yeah, I just read this, and yeah, I think she just won't attack if there's no enemy in view, and I think basically she's got these like reckless attacks that can hit her allies, but I don't think she's gonna even think to attack if there's no enemies nearby. Tarpon wants to do the opposite of what I told him, buddy. It's your account, not mine. All I can do is give my advice. But yeah, you should bust for Lust, of course. Shazaran, when you say go all in on Lust, should I spend literally all my 190 summons and 29k diamonds and just pray for dupes? Well, if you have 190 summons and 29k diamonds, you should do at least one pity manipulation. Um, but yeah, then I would then just pray for dupes. Yeah, of course. Do no lust Febvember? I don't even get it. Is this supposed to be no bust November? No lust Febvember? I could never do another February for the rest of my life without lust in it. Super low spender, AZ or Silas, no Virna or Arrogance. What's the best strat? Lust. If you want to do Lust and you're tempted by Silas Vierna and you want to rip one pity over there, you could do it and also risk not losing the guarantee early. But with this, I would think it's all in on Lust. But it's up to you and your risk aversion. Hi, Fasty. Thanks for having this live and helping folks out. My pleasure. I'm free to play and have about 160 blues, 20k diamonds, 60 into pity. I have Silas and Arrogance, no Fearna. Aim is to get 50k on Guild Boss. I use Infernal Nightmare. Are you going to tell me what you have right now, or is it here? Oh, you're there. Lust will get you there. Lust will make up the difference. Done. Worried about spending all resources this weekend going for Lust and Vierna and having 1+1 banner soon. Honestly, 1+1 banners, because there's no rate up on rare heroes, you're facing such high chances to get common legendaries. Of course, they're still like the most exciting banners, but you swing and miss so much more often than you hit, even compared to these 10x's. You think you have all the heroes to do 120? I will tell you if you do. Am I missing something? Why do you think you have all the heroes to do 120? What about these heroes makes you think you have everything you need to do 120? I mean, with good gear, am I missing a screenshot? I mean, you've got awesome heroes. You could do 121. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Or did you say 120? No, you said 121. You could do it, but nothing about this is like, oh my god, of course you should be able to do it. Yeah, like a Hollow Leo kind of a Hollow Leia. I think I saw Laseer somewhere. I can't see. No, but I mean, you shouldn't think you have everything to do it if you don't have 2 out of 3 of Comet and Vierna and Boreas. Of course, you can do it without 2 of 3, but you shouldn't be like supremely confident. But with good gear, yes, you could do it. Absolutely. I saw Comet A too, but yeah, I don't know. No problem, Psycho. So what's your thing? No, if you're at 43k blood, bro, and you're currently already running a nightmare team, you will get 50k. I promise you. We just got an alert because too many people were joining the server. Where was I? Ritanks. I'm free to play. Saved 153 summons, 2,700 diamonds, 7 divines. Don't have any banner heroes. All their divines on Silas Vierna, obviously, and then looks like everything else you don't even have enough for the 250, so everything else on Lust. Free to play, 50 blues, 10k diamonds. Oh, you're close, but no. No Silas Viernas or Arrogance. Everything on Lust. Pity manipulation is if I'm close to pity, swap to Silas Vierna banner, pull there for pity, and then back to Lust banner. Correct. In a short way, yes. Not a war question. Did I get a Joe yesterday? Bro, we're gonna stream that after this serb. I was so freaking close. What I need to do, my issue was I kept running out of potions. So what I need to do is bring some honey with me so I can keep converting my normal potions into max potions. Not max, was mega potions. Is that what they're called? Mega potions? You know what I mean? The big ones. That was a Monster Hunter World question. I have Tordor, Silas, no Vierna, no Arrogance. Looking to push a Nightmare 4 Clan Boss 50k. Push 1920. Don't go hunting for Vierna. It's not going to happen. There's nothing better than Lust for this. She'll bring that 29k to like over 35k instantly. Best way to track your pity, you can go in here, and then you can count it. Get a sense of how far in you are. Then you can make a note of this number. You can subtract that other number. Then you know what your last number was. And then I like to write it in my bio. But for me, I'm a degenerate when I pull, so I'm pulling so much that I know I'm going to go way past a pity, so it doesn't matter too much. But granted, for this one, it will matter. So once I get my first legendary, then I'll start like very aggressively tracking my pity. Good question. In case it's been said, fall in love code is Windows only. That's a bummer. I don't understand why you would do pity manipulation if you already have Silas and Vierna. Does the pity not work on Lust Banner outside of the 250? Because the reason you would do pity manipulation is you don't want to. At the end of the day, we're playing a game where you're trying to get as much as possible and get as many chances to get good stuff as possible. If you are 190 into pity and you're at 245 summons towards Lust, then you would be before Pity, when you're only 10 away from soft Pity, you'd be getting Lust, resetting your Pity, and completely wasting that RC. What you want to do is get a benefit and not have all the summons essentially wasted, since you already are guaranteed to get Lust when you're at 250 at that point, whether you're one summon into Pity or 219, 220 summons into Pity. So take advantage of that. You only cost yourself like 10 to 20 summons. You basically get a free legendary. Then you go back and you pick up your Lust. 20k on Guild Boss, Arrogance, top DPS, 210 Pity counter, 150 summons saved. 210 on Pity counter. You're ready to freaking bust, dude. Well, obviously start there. Maybe you'll get Lust right away. But yeah, if you're basically saying, should you roll the dice for Virna? Good luck. I wouldn't. But you easily can, maybe not easily. You can easily, you can easily have the decision made for you pretty quickly. If you're 210 into Pity counter, worst case scenario, within your 10th summon, you will get a pull, you will get a hit on the Lust Arrogance banner. Very likely, you're going to get it within 3 or 4 summons. So from that point, you'll certainly have over 140 summons left. With rebate, we're looking at like 150 plus. Could easily be 160 if you hit like instantly, which you certainly could, because your chance is going to be dang high. You're already looking at a 50.5% chance on the next summon. You will hit within 4 summons. I kind of want to call my shot. You can come back and tell me, Boner. I think you're going to hit within 4 summons. See who you hit, and if you hit Arrogance, or you hit a dupe Arrogance, or you hit Lust, then your decision's made. You could hit Virna. Virna's still in the summon pool. Watch. This is the other thing, is like some people are going to hit Silas and Virna, obviously, on the Lust and Arrogance banner. Don't forget that. Of course, it's way less likely, but it's still going to happen. You still have whatever it is, a 0.8% chance every time you get a legendary for those guys. You think Lust is more worth going for on a 2x? Lust, you will never get Lust on a 2x. He's an exclusive hero. Or a 2-for-1 legendary mid-game. Or are you just saying in general? 30 for summons? It's up to you. I just think it'd be a missed opportunity not to go for it, but this is fair. This is fair. I don't know what kind of spender you are. Do you say that? I would do it, but that's your discretion. It sounds like you're in a tight spot. So, I mean, you've got Arrogance here, so I think you have to roll the dice on it. It'd be so powerful for your account. Actually, you've got to do it. I'm at 190 summons without a legendary. That's pretty nice. No Silas Virna, no Arrogance. We'll obviously start there. 82 crystals and then 3 10 pulls. Deca pull. I don't know if I ever saw that. Yeah, summon for Lust and see if you hit her right away. If you hit her right away, then you can gamble on the Silas Virna banner, because at that point, since you have neither, it could be pretty powerful, and your GRs are pretty low. Personally, I would still keep ripping on Lust, but I think you've got a pretty fair play to go for Lust Arrogance. And certainly, if you hit Lust, you could think about switching over to Silas Virna. I think that's fair. Rashawn, is going for A3 Silas worth it with Pity manipulation? Yes, it is, because it depends how the manipulation shakes out. But if you're talking about basically 30 summons to guarantee a bonus legendary, then obviously you should go for it. Why didn't you do a rate video? Guys, you are so annoying. Why didn't I do a rate video? Why didn't I do it? Well, it's my most viewed video of 2024. Believe it or not, I did do it. Why don't you guys know how to use a search function? And sorry, it's just that I've had like 20 people say this to me. Destin and I made a video where I shared it explicitly that has 14,000 fucking views. I made the video. So use the search function. Look at this, guys. Look at this. If you searched Fastidious Lust Rates. Oh, would you look at that? The first frickin' hit. Literally the first hit. How can you guys have the patience? Do you think it's a troll? Maybe it is. Do you guys? But I've had like 20 people ask me this. How can you have the patience and the engaging thing that you want to come back in? But I've had on a million comments, right? That you want to come in and comment or let me know something. With less effort, you could search it on Google or YouTube. Watch. I bet you, I've never done this. I bet you we can go to Google and it'll be one of, if not the first hit, a first 3 hit. Fastidious War Lust Rates. First hit. Literally the first hit. How is that not easier than writing a whole comment? Friendly reminder, everyone's seen this. Don't forget the like button. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, enemy. Einstein of Watcher, you're too nice. How are we doing on likes anyway? Sorry about that, guys. It's just so many people are like, so many people, like over 20, have been like, why didn't you share the video? You shared the rates for Silas Virna. Why didn't you share the rates for Arrogance Lust? Because I did. I did do it. I already did it. Let's get to 200 likes. Come on, baby. I don't. What are we saying? I don't have Virna. I have Silas, so I asked him, but I end up using all divines and Silas. That's a wait. That's a great point. I don't know if you. It's like that reminds me. Um, turning the light on. All right, guys. A lot of people have a Silas or something, right? Or have a Virna, and they want the bond, right? Don't forget, guys. Do not forget. Uh, that if you go here, special divine, we are on Friday getting divine summons for Silas and Virna. So even if you only have one or you have 30, you could start your day. This is a great tip. Maybe I didn't even make a video about it. You guys let me know. You can start your day ripping those divines. You might hit that Silas or Virna or both that you're looking for. And then these decisions get a lot clearer. So actually, I probably would start with that, and that can kind of inform you on which direction to go. It's actually a big tip, I think. What are your feelings on nudes clothing? Feeling on lust shops there? Dude, I'm all for it, baby. The less clothes, the better. Yeah, we might have to make a video on that. ALR already have Virna and I've never seen that ALR. I already have Virna and Silas. If I hit early on lust, should I pull for Arrogance or Virna Silas? You should pull. Obviously, you should keep going for Arrogance. You can do one manipulation. I don't know how many summons you have, but obviously, if you already have a copy of each, there's no reason not to just go in on lust. Asking for a friend, new account, 13 days old, 88 summons, 9 divs, 12k diamonds, willing to spend. Hold out till Friday. Rip all those divines and maybe spend a little for a few more. Rip them all in the Silas Virna. Then come back and see how that went, and then you can be more informed. But sounds like if you're willing to spend, you can guarantee that 250. So go ahead and do it. Get that lust. I did get an idea for you. I'll give you a shout out, Psycho, for sure. I think we're towards the end. The rate video. All right. How do I ban Cerberus? You are a wiener boy. Go do wiener boy things. You are uninvited from my Monster Hunter party. GG. Would Silas get you past 320? Probably. He's the best Gear 3 hero in the game. If you can't even touch 20, then Silas is not going to be the difference. It sounds like your Idril's not strong enough. So probably what you have to do, Don, is do a lot of farming on 319 or 221, and then juice that Idril up. Percentage chance for a Lego for a divine summoning during a 2x is 12%. It's listed right there in game. Anyone else, guys, or should we wrap it up there? I'll keep it open for like 2 more minutes. Yeah, totally. I'm thinking maybe in the future I probably will only save it for big banners, but what we can do is we can do this instead of the video because it might help more people. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up right there. Now everyone's talking about other stuff. I think Lust is good for Gear Aid 1. Up through 19, she's S plus tier. I'd say after that, you're going to struggle a lot with the magic res. So I think it'd be really hard to rock a Nightmare team. Maybe if you just need a little extra support, like you could rock like a Comet Raiden team or a Boreas Raiden team with some nice healers and then a Nightmare comp, that can maybe do it. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to wrap up here and we're heading over to Twitch for my Monster Hunter stream. I'll pop the link in the chat. I'll also say there's a nice chunk of you guys here still, I believe. Yeah, we're at almost 300 viewers. Thank you so much for the support. It means a lot. Sorry that I got angry about the rates thing, but quite frankly, some of you guys know, some of you don't, but like I work, my shortest days are 12 hours. A lot of times I work up to 18 hours in a day. Granted, I love my job and my work is playing video games and hanging out with you guys, so I'm not complaining at all. But a big part of what I do is thinking about what content to create, creating it, sharing it, spamming it everywhere to try to help people. And then it does bother me when like 20 people in a row can't even use the search bar to find it. And they just, first, it's one thing to ask and just have been too lazy to look for it. But then when people are like telling me I didn't do something that I already actively did and spent hours doing, it gets old. That's all I'm saying. However, let's do some Monster Hunter stuff. And if you don't know, I do stream Watch of Realms just about every day, at least 6 days a week on Twitch. So go check out the Twitch over there. Thank you guys so much. Much love. May you all bust in creamy delight tomorrow. Peace.